Welcome to Sounds Obtuse Podcast, where we have no idea what we're talking about. We're going to talk about it anyway. I'm here with my co-host, Christian Cruz. How are you, buddy?
What's up, man?
I'm doing good, man. Here we got a little podcast to do. What do you got for us today?
So I guess we're in this, huh? We're doing it.
We are definitely doing it. We are here. We are a real podcast. You can tell that because we already have an episode up.
That's right. Ain't no trailer on our channel, man.
No, we don't need no 1-minute trailer. We got a real, full-fledged podcast.
I'd say we're better than, not better, but like we're ahead of like 53% of like those trailer only
53?
channels.
I'll sign off on that. 53%?
53?
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm not getting cocky. I'm not saying 54. 53.
No. 54, like, sit down, you chauvinistic pig.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't dare say.
53, though, I get that guy.
Yeah, like, our peg is a little bit above 52.
For sure.
So we're doing
For
good.
sure.
Episode 2, man. Episode 2.
Huzzah.
I'll add some cheers in the post-edit.
Hot damn.
So, this is episode 2. We got for us today the topic of psychic phenomenon. Almost as if it was just in time for October. And then later in, we're going to have a host spotlight of our co-host.
That's me, Dylan Carter.
And what are you going to talk about?
Very recently, over the weekend, I went to the Renaissance Festival. And I developed a philosophy of the Renaissance Festival over the past 4 years of attending it straight. And I want to talk about it.
Yep, but first up, we have on the news desk just some stories that floated across. And
fresh off the news desk.
Thought they'd be, interesting little topics to kind of dive into, maybe get some hot takes here or there.
Little hot takes. Let's do it.
All right, so first up, and it actually opened up today. You familiar with the rapper Eminem?
I am.
Of
yeah,
I've
8
Mile.
Once or twice.
He murdered MGK.
Somewhat familiar with this gentleman.
Grammy winner, Academy Award winner in that.
Really?
Yep, Academy Award winner for the movie 8 Mile, which had the hit song Lose Yourself. Surely you've heard that.
I have. Something about spaghetti.
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that.
What?
It's real funny you mentioned that.
Why?
If you weren't aware, the lyric you're saying in question is
Mom Spaghetti?
Mom Spaghetti.
Yeah, it is.
And let me ask you something.
Please.
If I were to tell you that Eminem opened up a restaurant in Detroit, what do you think he would call it?
Fucking no way it's Mom Spaghetti.
You fucking bet, buddy.
It's named after vomit. Even I know that.
So he's done 2 like pop-up shops for like charity and things like that. Like he had a Mom Spaghetti pop-up for the workers of COVID,
Right.
And this time it's in a permanent location, at least semi-permanent. It seems to be like a residence of sorts. But anyway, it's a real brick and mortar store where he himself was actually handing out sketty sandwiches.
That is a what?
Yeah.
Sketty sandwiches?
Yeah, it's like 2 pieces of garlic bread.
No, you didn't. No fucking way.
So also on the menu, you have spaghetti. You got meatballs, sketty sandwiches.
And all of that between bread?
Yeah.
What are they doing over there?
So it actually comes in like Chinese takeout boxes. It's just fucking spaghetti, bro.
Listen to me. I am not skinny. I'm not gonna lie to you people. I am quite a unit, as they may say. But you want to put carbs on carbs on carbs?
Carbs on carbs on carbs on carbs. Baby.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
It's Mom's spaghetti.
Sketty
man.
sandwiches? No wonder you vomited the shit up before your rap battle.
Yeah, it's it's really not a great advertisement for
it's not
for the
because everyone knows your song. I don't even listen to the dude,
yeah.
But I know his music. I know the song. I know the lyric.
Very very on point with everything I said. It's almost if I just fucking threw it right in your face. You just caught it. So. Mom's Spaghetti opened up in Detroit today. Eminem himself, like I said, handing out food.
Eminem,
How about that?
Fucking best of luck to you, Eminem.
Yeah, feed in Detroit, one sketty sandwich at a time.
Really heavy competition with Skittles. I know they basically got the same deal. That's a very specific joke. Sorry,
I would say
I'm
so.
sorry, but I love that joke, and I stand by it.
Okay. So, another bit of news. Are you familiar with Elizabeth Holmes?
Yes.
Ooh, so you know the what was the company? Oh my God, Theranos.
Theranos?
She was Theranos. She was the disgraced founder.
She is. It's one way to fucking describe her. She's still the fucking messiah to way too many Americans.
So if you're familiar, she basically, correct me if I'm wrong, if you don't know, she basically had this machine that like does blood tests. And normally if you do a blood test, you gotta send it to a lab, and it's overnight. Like at best, then you get results, right?
Right.
So she basically made this machine that was, nothing but like, to put it frankly, bull roar, and that's hogwash, by the way.
Okay, got you.
And it basically didn't work, and she scammed a bunch of people out of money, essentially.
Yeah.
Lied to them. The machine was just bullshit.
Yeah, you got it.
So
that is exactly
right?
the story. That's all that needs to be said about it.
Oh.
I'm not even gonna lie. That's
Yeah.
it. She's full of fucking shit.
I did say disgraced.
You did. But please carry on. I
So-
don't mean to take away from it.
She is on trial currently for that very thing we
Thank
just mentioned.
Fucking God.
And get this. So her text messages were made public.
Oh, I'm so happy about that. That's so fucking
You're going to love
great.
this one.
I haven't read a one of them. This is real.
So she was partners. She didn't do this shit alone. She was partners, ex-partners. She was also her boyfriend at the time, because they was probably doing it. So this is some text that she sent him, right? He was also like co-founder, so they're in cahoots, in bed more ways than one, you could say.
Oh yeah.
So these are some texts they shared. This is her sending this to him. Quote, I'm assuming these are in like 4 texts the way it was like quoted. She said, "You are the breeze and desert for me. My water and ocean, meant to only be together, Tiger."
I mean, that's pretty dope.
It's a nice little stanza. I'll give her that.
Listen to me, Elizabeth Holmes. You can't trick us with your semi-decent poetry. Your goddamn schemes. We're on to you, bitch.
I gotta say, I might not be convinced we're blood machines, but yeah, the poetry, it might win me over.
Yeah, you know what? I don't hate it. That's the kind of shit that I was writing back in middle school.
Yeah, if that's like the juiciest, if that's the juiciest thing in your text messages, you're doing
Man.
pretty good.
You're almost as smart as middle school me, Elizabeth Holmes.
Almost. Cause I think in middle school you would have got away with scamming people out of fake blood machines.
I mean,
Am I wrong?
I did.
Okay.
No, I didn't. That's a joke. I like to sound cooler than I really was. Is what it is.
That's fair enough. I get that. That's why I'm doing a podcast right now.
That's literally why I'm on a podcast.
So my third story, actually I got 2 more stories, but this one is pretty nostalgic in a way. So
Okay.
I'm sure you watch Adult Swim
Of course I did.
at some point in your life, as I'm sure many people still do.
Millennials watched Adult Swim.
Oh yeah, so you're familiar.
Millennials watched Adult Swim. You
So
can just say that.
you're familiar with Space Ghost,
Yep.
Harvey Birdman.
Oh yeah.
How about Debbie from C-Lab 2021?
I
She was the girl.
I remember C-Lab 20.
Isn't that crazy? This is the year now.
It is. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't remember the show though.
So she was the white girl with the blonde hair.
I remember the name.
But in addition to her, Robot Chicken.
Okay.
Remember
that one?
the chicken that is a robot.
Okay.
How about Nathan Explosion from Metalocalypse, the lead frontman?
Yes.
Did I mention Harvey Birdman?
You did.
Okay. Meatwad and Frylock.
Obviously.
Now, it's when I tell you why I'm naming these, it's interesting they don't have Carl or Master Shake. I understand you can't get the whole squad in there. But these are new toys that are releasing at Hardee's.
What do we got?
All those figures I just mentioned.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
All of them?
They're like almost like little...
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
What? Hang on. You segued into that, you magician. I thought we were still talking about... What?
Yep.
Hang on. For kids?
I don't know.
What?
That's why I brought it in.
Are they trying to get us to come back?
Yeah, like
who is the target audience?
That's what
for
I
this?
mean.
It doesn't make any sense.
And that's why I say Carl Jr. because Carl, and it's like Master Shake. It's fucking Hardee's, over here on the East Coast. Like, who are these toys for? That's you. That's It's like cool, like all right, but like I don't really want a Funko Pop, and I don't care that much that it's like
That is some very
wide.
targeted marketing.
It is.
Oh my god.
Like,
They're after us.
Like, I love those things, and I love Hardee's, but I don't think I would like rush to Hardee's
like
to
Hardee's.
get these things.
I don't like Hardee's. I'm not gonna lie. I'll take a hard stance right now.
They're
against Hardee's.
5-piece chicken tenders, man. Hand breaded with honey mustard.
Hardee's lost me in 2015.
Sweet Baby Ray's honey mustard, I believe.
It goes way
2015.
It goes way beyond barbecue sauce, Christian. I wrote numerous. Listen,
go on.
Are you familiar with the Kate Upton-esque Hardee's videos or Hardee's commercials, if you will?
I know like Paris Hilton did her thing back in the day.
Okay,
So I imagine they fall along those lines.
Yep. Paris Hilton, Kate Upton, a lot of other famous, beautiful women, by the way. I'm not speaking derogatorily towards these women. These women have a job, they have a role, and they were looking for work. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking about Hardee's, and Hardee's choosing to market their burgers with TNA, which is the wrong way to market your burger.
Think so?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I want a burger. I don't know how that's what. Why do I need to see tits? Why do I need to see ass? I'm not one of these guys that has to see it all the fucking time. I love it. I love both those things. Love them.
Yeah, but why not have that with your beef?
No.
You want to keep them separate?
I'm pretty sure that's a fucking OSHA violation. Probably a health department violation. I don't want TNA with my B. I just want my burger. That's all you gotta do. Tell me how good the burger is. I'll probably come in and try it.
My problem is, like,
you've seen me
it's
attack a burger.
Yeah, he just demolishes his stuff.
I demolish them, and I love burgers. I love burgers and fries. It's my favorite food. I pretend to be cultured. I'm really
You
not.
call me a magician. You making a burger disappear.
I'm really not as cultured as I appear. I used to be a chef, but I still eat burgers and fries like a fucking kid every single day. Love them. You don't need them. You don't need the tits. You don't need the asses.
So my problem with that is, like, she's like washing a car. Her hands have got to be sudsy.
Yeah,
those are chemicals.
You're just gonna hold that burger that I paid $6.99 for?
Yeah, that's expensive for a burger too.
You're not. You get your fucking sudsy ass, soapy hands off my fucking burger.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know they put pins in the burger to keep them that like neat while they bite them?
Oh, they
so
use,
when they
like,
bite
fake
into
burgers.
the burger, they have to bite into a very specific part of the burger.
Man, I've seen like cereal bowls where it's like glue on the bottom and they just like stick the shit sticking out of it, and it's all fake.
It's all fake. Everything's
Nothing
fucking
is real.
lie. Look at the TV right now, viewer. It's a lie.
Yeah, just obey, all that stuff.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little dark tonight. I'm not. I'm in a great mood, but I just have a dark overtone.
Okay, I got one more news story.
Please.
Are you familiar with that there's going to be you're familiar with Super Mario? Yeah, it's a me, Mario.
You know what? Now that you say that, sure am.
Red hat, M logo.
Got it.
Overalls.
Got it. I feel like it's still offensive. So, yep, got it.
It might be. However, this might change your mind. They're making a movie.
No, it won't.
Were you aware?
Again?
So the old one with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Yep.
A weird blip in history. It was the first ever video game movie.
I was there for it, though.
Right? We all were. And, once you get past that, you're like, what do you do? So they're not live action casting this. This is going to be like a 3D animated movie. So these guys are just doing voices. So they announced the casting. Have you heard any of this?
No.
All right.
Not a lick.
Who do you think would play Mario?
John Leguizamo.
No. I'll say this. These are like pretty big stars.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Really? You're not fucking with me?
Not at all. This seems like the Nintendo's biggest shitpost, but it is not.
Okay, for real. Who would play Mario? Antonio Banderas.
I
I get he's not Italian. I know that, viewers. I know that.
So.
But his voice would fucking work.
How about Chris Pratt?
That's my opinion about that. Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt playing Mario?
Yeah, that's how I fucking feel about a Christian fundamentalist playing a fucking Italian plumber. That's how I fucking that's how I fucking feel about it.
All right, we got. Are you familiar with Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny?
No.
He was also in Pacific Rim.
No fucking way. He's playing Luigi.
Yeah. Is that not the best casting?
What the fuck? That is okay. Listen, you get like a fucking -1,000 for fucking casting Chris Pratt in anything anymore.
Just imagine Charlie Day's shitty Italian accent, like what?
That
Mario.
That I'll sign up for.
Oh my god!
I'll sign up for that all day of the week.
that.
Just make the show Luigi. I'm
right?
in. I'm
He's
in.
like, but the Mario. He's all scared and timid and shit.
Of course he is.
Oh my
Fucking
god!
Charlie Day.
He's gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking steal the show.
Yeah,
right there.
Chris Pratt, he's pulling your fucking weight.
Yeah. So what's up with that? Princess Peach.
Chris Pratt.
Do you want to take a guess at it?
Princess Peach. Well, I'm gonna stop guessing ethnic because apparently that's not fucking happening.
This definitely ain't that.
Okay. If it's definitely not that, it's definitely not an ethnic Princess Peach. Let's see. Who's the most non-ethnic Princess Peach? Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston.
Nah, that's too easy. Anya Taylor-Joy.
Wait, what was she in?
She was in.
Who is she? I know her.
She was known for The Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
So in addition to that, I'll just kind of run through these. Bowser. You got Jack Black.
Ugh.
I know you wouldn't like that one.
You knew I wouldn't.
Even though it's a Mario movie, you do got Donkey Kong in there.
Who's he?
Your favorite, Seth Rogen.
Yes! Every time this place fucking takes something, they give it back.
I know.
love that. At least they're doing that.
I think you're going to like this one. For the voice of Toad, Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yes, it is. That's
Is
what
that
I'm
not
talking about.
insane?
I love that. That's amazing. When is this movie coming out?
2022.
Oh, God, I'm going to love it.
And we even get Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. I know.
What?
And of course, you got the guy who does Mario, like in additional voices throughout the film, you know? So, I think casting.
Hello.
Chris Pratt is an interesting choice. I don't know. I don't know who else you would have got, honestly, but I think everyone else is really going to, like I said, pull their weight, especially fucking Charlie Day. I am so excited for Luigi.
So you say we're talking about psychic phenomenon today. That's what I thought.
Yeah, some psychic phenomenon.
Man.
Are you familiar?
I want to think very carefully how to phrase this.
Can I give you the definition of
Please,
like the general?
Actually, you know what? Yes, please, because I was going to ask for it anyway.
So I'll give you like the general kind of,
psychic phenomena.
Yeah, I mean not that definition. That's a compound word.
That is. I was going to be amazed if you gave me a definition of that.
So
what are you defining, Chris?
So right now we're talking about, and I'll dive into like more specifics as we go on, but parapsychology. Basically, we're talking like the paranormal in a sense.
Okay.
More so like, especially like of the mind, if you will.
Okay.
So parapsychology, study of mental phenomenon, which are excluded from or inexplicable by orthodox scientific psychology, such as, telepathy, hypnosis. Are you familiar with telepathy?
Yes.
Like talking, like via the mind.
Get it?
Yeah. Hypnosis, when you do that whole thing.
I watch movies.
Extra sensory perception. ESP.
Get it?
Like five senses, maybe sixth sense.
Yeah.
How about precognition? Familiar with that one?
That's like clairvoyance, isn't it?
Close. They are
Okay.
two different things.
They are.
Precognition.
Look at me, uncultured.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same thing. NDE, near-death experience.
Okay, so I'm not so familiar with that one as a term, but I guess I can understand it.
Near-death experience.
Yeah, I get what that is.
So it's like when you almost die, and then you kind of like see like the whole white light and your family members and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Thank you for fleshing that out.
Yeah. Synchronicities. How about that one?
Is that like deja vu?
No, it's like basically
God, this sounds so stupid.
in the broadest term, coincidences.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Coincidence. Okay. Well, look at that. It's a new word for coincidence.
Yeah, it's like because it's
but
basically
this one's Spooky.
So coincidence would be like, oh, it's just some, a coincidence, some bullshit that happened, has no meaning. Whereas a synchronicity has meaning. And I'll get into that a little bit later too. We have, even the study of like ghost stuff, even psychometry.
Like Ghostbuster stuff, right?
Psychometry is actually like how you feel. Like someone can like pick up a book that was like owned by some guy, and they'll be like, oh, I can tell he was, a good man, or blah blah blah. Basically, they can feel, something that someone owned, and kind of like, potentially contact them, potentially from, either far away or even like in another world, past life, maybe. Depends.
I'm getting further away from this stuff as we went.
So
I came in this with such an open mind. You've killed me in the first 5 fucking minutes.
I had to bombard you because I wanted to sum it up because
I love being bombarded.
a lot of this stuff is pseudoscience.
I'm like Hanoi. I'm just a glutton for punishment.
Right? So a lot of that is considered pseudoscience.
It's a good term for it.
How do you feel about all this stuff?
Right. So, look, I'm a skeptic. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to deny it. I think I made that obvious in the first couple of minutes. I am an absolute skeptic of this stuff, and I don't think that I actually believe in any of it.
Not a single bit.
Not really. No, I don't.
Not really?
Well, I mean, I don't think I believe in any of it. I will say this, though. As a historian, right, I believe in efficacy, even if it isn't tangible.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Like
that sort of stuff.
The husband who didn't get to say goodbye to his widow, or I'm sorry, the widowed husband who didn't get to say goodbye to his deceased wife. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He probably feels terrible about that. He didn't get to say goodbye to her. So if someone who comes to him and says, "Oh, I can help you connect with her," and that gentleman believes that he got to say goodbye to her, if that helps him, I certain believe in the efficacy of that. Like, that's real. I get that. He's better off because he believes he got his message through. But I still don't believe in it. And that's why I'm a skeptic. Because I just can't, I just don't. I just don't believe it. I'm sorry.
So, like I said, I get that you say it makes them feel better, and I think I do touch on that later. Like, that is, I think, the ultimate goal. But are you absolutely ruling out the fact that there's, like you said, any truth to what they claim to be doing?
Yes.
Like, there's zero truth.
To me. I'm not saying I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying what I believe.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that look, if you believe in mediums,
mm-hmm.
believe in them. I'm not trying to dissuade you, but I don't believe in it. Right?
Okay.
So there is a difference between me and an asshole who's like, well, you're stupid for believing that. No. Believe it. I get it. I wish I could. It sounds like a far more hopeful way to go through life.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
For sure.
Definitely does.
And that's part of my problem is I feel like that's where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it comes from a situation of vulnerability. Not necessarily that the person's vulnerable, but that they feel vulnerable. Maybe they just lost someone. Maybe they're just looking for answers. Whatever. They're open to anything to affect their mind in a way to make them take this.
I like the way you're wording this.
Right? So that's just how I feel about it. So I feel like it's the open door to be like, oh, okay, this gives me some relief.
Yeah, it's like I've tried everything else. What have I got to lose?
Right, and it's like I don't blame you or doubt you for feeling that relief in seeking the comfort of a medium. If you need that, take it. Carpe diem. Take that shit. I dig it. It's just not me, and I don't believe it. But I'm not gonna shit on you and say no. Actually, your ex-wife who died before you got to speak to her, she's not listening to you. She didn't hear a word you said. She died without you knowing. That's horrific. Why the fuck would you say it to anybody? No, of course you got to say goodbye to her. medium hooked you up. Like, that's great. So I believe in the efficacy. I just don't believe in the actual tangibility of what's happening.
So I guess what I'm going to kind of parry that into later on is kind of how the effects of that overall. You know what I mean? And how that matters, I think. So this is gonna be pretty wild to some people. And I almost have to say I don't necessarily believe to this, but I feel like if you were to kind of, I'm gonna try to frame everything in a way that kind of even like metaphysically makes sense, you know, because there's a lot of stuff that we do not know, we do not understand, right?
That I will concede.
And so everything we kind of throw at this point is just like a theory. Right.
Yeah, I mean, and like not to put too fine of a point on it, but that's kind of how I feel. Is like, I feel this way about it. It's not as if I have the evidence to tell you you're wrong. I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
I have notions that say that I'm right.
Right.
This is what I believe. I don't necessarily believe in spirits. I don't necessarily believe in communing with the dead. I don't believe in talking telepathically.
No Ouija boards, not like
no
that.
No Ouija boards, no. It's all just a gimmick. That's how I feel, though. Okay, I'm not telling you it's false, but I don't believe in it.
All right, you're gonna like how I frame this then.
Let's do it.
So, again, I'm getting a little wild here by quote real scientists. You can.
He is doing the air bunnies.
Yeah.
Which is air quotes for those who don't know.
Yeah. So these real scientists, basically, I just don't think they understand what this whole thing is about. Now, I'll sum it up like this, right? We is a big metaphor here. We are like satellite dishes, right? Adjusting the frequencies or the vibrations, if you will, to get a good hear me out now channel, right?
Okay.
So what you do a satellite dish, you point it at the right way in the sky, bam, your channel's coming in clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you attune your body, your mind, then you can have access to clearer channels, frequencies that are just fucking bouncing around. Certainly, like, you could say this is metaphysical, but certainly just me and you sitting right here, there's a vibe. You know what I mean?
It is certainly a vibe.
So when you open yourself up to those things and really like tune those frequencies, you can kind of direct where you want to go, right? So it's you can almost say that like some people are better than others perhaps at doing so. Maybe they are contacting other worlds, maybe ethereal worlds, maybe spiritual worlds. Who knows, right? So this is just, an option. But I think some people who don't quite understand that, like, maybe you're real scientists who would just not even bat an eye at such a notion. I'll say this. Like, if you're grabbing the hammer by the head, you're probably going to think it's a terrible tool. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get the metaphor.
Yeah, it's I think it all depends on perspective. I know that's a very broad statement, but I think however, you look at these things, you have to at least consider some sort of possibility, right? At the very least. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, it's like agnosticism.
Yeah, totally.
Which is a tough word for me who has a stutter to say.
So I would consider myself an open-minded skeptic. You know what I mean?
Open-minded.
Yeah.
You're making up words now.
Am I?
You are.
Call me Shakespeare then. So, as an open-minded skeptic, I will take in all this information, whether it seems useful to me at the moment or not, and run it through, everything else that I know and see what lines up and kind of say, that actually kind of makes sense. So here's how I'm going to frame this, right? So let's say, for example, this is some sort of system, the universe, right? Simulation, maybe. So if that's the case, then we are, part of it, right?
We are.
And as part of it, wouldn't it make sense for everything in it to make itself better, evolve, if you will?
Yeah, I think it wants us to be better.
So kind of as you mentioned, it really comes down to the universe, the system, if you will, doing what's best for itself, right? So say this is a system. Say this is even a simulation, a video game, if you will, right? This could go a long way into explaining the paranormal. Know what I'm saying? So what some might consider a miracle, others would say, oh, that's just a glitch.
A glitch in the Matrix?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or a miracle,
Whatever you want it to be.
Right, exactly. It's
Isn't it
whatever
whatever
you
you
want
want
it to be. That's exactly what it is. So you have your skeptics.
So that is how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
It is. It is. But I feel like if I can explain some of this stuff under the pretense of this is all just some sort of system that's trying to better itself, then it's no real or fake than anything else in it. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like you're playing fast and loose with the English language.
Am I?
Perhaps.
I'm basically saying if it's like if you of course there's going to be your doubters, your snake oil salesman, your Sylvia Browns who couldn't fucking read a phone book, let alone people who aren't even dead. John Edwards, whatever you think about him, he might be a douchebag, he might not be.
He probably is.
He probably is.
If you're listening to this pod, I hope he is.
He's like, man, I really like these guys. So
I'm kind of getting the word M.
Is there a mum?
Does someone have a mom in here?
It's like I'm getting some moms. It's got to be some moms. Okay. So yeah, you have your out there people, your Long Island medium. A bunch of bullshit. Even if you want to go like the ghost side, Zach Baggins, just TV personalities. So I think this is just like a system that is, trying to help itself out as best it can. For some people, it's what the unknown might be considered as God, right? Or for some, it might just be nothing at all, and they're okay with that. Doesn't even matter. So, ultimately, we might not even know. We have no fucking clue, to be honest. And it might not even matter, because at the end of the day, like you said at the beginning, it's whatever helps itself out, whatever helps you out best.
So let me ask you. So you do believe in this?
Not necessarily.
So what the fuck? So
I'm trying to make it make sense.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So do you believe in mediums?
I believe that there's a high possibility that there are people that are more spiritually attuned to certain things, certain, maybe if you want to call them superpowers, right? For a real loose term, that again, say this is a video game, right? If you're like at a higher level, then yeah, you have access to more shit.
Do you believe in Sylvia Brown?
I think she was a swindler. You know what I mean? A showman.
Thank you for using the word swindler. That doesn't
Yeah.
get used enough.
She did a lot of shitty shit. Shitty shit.
Shiesty.
I wasn't sure if I should use that right after that.
Shiesty's good. I like
She did some bad stuff, man. She's not good. Like I said, there are definitely horrible people out there that take advantage of things all the time, But I think, like I said, if you frame it under this, then it makes, more sense. So I think there's a lot you can do with the brain, just the mind power in general, right? Think like, like if you were to say, for example, I'm going to go to McDonald's later, and then you do it. Does that make you a psychic?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm in control of myself.
But did you not predict the future?
No. I didn't predict the future. I said what I was going to do.
I mean, you didn't like see yourself,
That's not the future. You have control over it.
but you didn't like visualize yourself eating that hamburger and go through that whole process in your mind. Like, yeah, I will.
Even if I did, that's not predicting the future.
You don't think that's clairvoyance?
That's a daydream.
What the fuck is a daydream then?
It's not clairvoyance.
Why not?
I have had the craziest fucking daydreams. They didn't happen. It's not clairvoyance.
Yeah, they might not have. You could be
fantasized
peering
about the craziest fucking
So
shit.
check it out. You could be peering into a totally different dimension. One that may not happen, one that may not have happened. Think about this. You remember in The Matrix when she's the Oracle? I think it was the Oracle, right? She's like, "Hey, watch out for that plan." And he's like, "What plan?" Shit knocks over. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
So, and it's like, well, what if she didn't say anything about the plan? Totally different universe. Just the very fact that she said that and he reacted changes what was. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
So,
I just don't know
if you're thinking about getting McDonald's later and you don't, you're looking into a dimension where you got fucking McDonald's and you can choose to like shift to that shit if you want to. So you had a clairvoyant moment. Have you ever had like a song note pop in your head?
Ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Chris, I have.
Check it out, clairaudience, right? Just like a radio picks up signals, kind of how I referenced that we are satellites. We are electric after all, right? Bam. Your brain is like tuned. You get the song in your head, like, huh? Weird.
I did not know what I signed up for when I did this podcast.
Weird. I picked up on that little frequency that ran through my head just now. Maybe it was a muse. Maybe it was someone in the ether world whispering to you, like, "Hey, baby, you should do this." I'm trying to explain this stuff, man. I don't have the answers.
I just want to confuse it.
Yeah. So
I just want to pose questions and walk away.
Yeah, man. Have you heard the law of attraction?
I have.
Okay, so that kind of falls in line with what I'm talking about. You attune yourself to these certain frequencies, and you will get certain results. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do, but I'm not sure that I totally agree.
What ways do you differ?
I guess the ways that it's very difficult to answer these questions.
Mm-hmm.
I know you understand this because I'm looking at the fucking smirk on your face.
I do.
Trapping a skeptic like myself. Like, there's no way to answer this stuff and say, this is false, this is bullshit. And that's why it still exists.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't do that.
We can't. We really can't.
So all we can do is say this is why it's probably bullshit. But I'm a historian.
Uh-huh.
And I am trained to deal in what probably happened. So this stuff doesn't do it for me, you see.
However, there's a lot of stuff we don't know, much like in history. But
Right.
I get it.
And when it becomes science, I'll know it and I will study it.
Yeah, and this is, like I said, we may not have the right tool to really study all this stuff,
Possibly not. That's fair.
Like I said, we're picking up the hammer by the head, Of course we're not going to, we're going to make a shitty-ass shelf, Like, that's what we're going to get. And I think that's kind of what we're getting right now, unfortunately. But,
Is a shitty-ass shelf.
Yeah. And as far, because you got a bunch of terrible people, you got Sylvie Brown making this fucking shelf, So it's very unfortunate. But we do have some people who are mostly considered like some of like the father of parapsychology. Edgar Casey, just a little brief mention of him.
I have heard you mentioning him for quite the while. Tell me about this Edgar Casey.
He was a weirdo freak, man. Let me tell you about it.
Same, brother.
He would hold seances and channel like spirits, like almost like I think it was called like the sleeping psychic or something like that. I'm probably fucking that up.
The sleeping psychic.
Yeah,
what bullshit. Name. You got fucking robbed if that's your name.
So of course he had his criticisms.
Of all the shit you could have been called.
He had his criticism, sure. But he like would do this stuff, and he was like the leading person. He also believed that the subconscious mind, or like the potentially like the dream realm or the astral plane, if you want to call it, is this like ether that we can all tap into. You might have heard of it as the Akashic Records, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, not to sound pretentious. I don't know it as that, but I know what you're. I know. What you're talking about.
There's plenty of terms for it.
Okay.
So he was the one who kind of did all that stuff. He was, like I said, the father of the New Age movement. He had clients like Woodrow Wilson.
He's the father of New Age movement?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know he was a father of New Age.
Yeah, he's considered. So, at least the modern New Age, right? So, he had clients like Woodrow Wilson, Thomas Edison, Irving Berlin, even George Gershwin. So, yeah, they were all about him. He had some claims about, he accepted that aliens were a thing. He did a lot of stuff about Atlantis, which a lot of people say that is, like, where a lot of the bullshit of Atlantis comes from. But, I mean, it's Atlantis, so what the fuck?
Why does it matter?
Yeah, he also said there was, like, 12-foot giants on this earth. He did a lot of stuff, you know? So, going even further back than Edgar Cayce and his, like, modern kind of defining of all this bullshit, you have, like, monks back in the day that were, like, straight up having superpowers. You know, we're talking like,
they all did, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, they would like turn sand into almonds and stuff, right? Kind of like Jesus turning water into wine. So Jesus like disappeared for like a bunch of years and then he came back.
I do.
Motherfucker went to train with the monks, yo. He was basically doing magic. He was doing
for
it.
real? Just like learning tricks?
Pretty much, man. He was like, so like he went over there, got enlightened, said, "Holy shit, let me tell you about the real philosophy," and then he got like crucified and stuff for it because evil and whatnot. Miracles, glitches, just like I said, right?
Glitches in the Matrix.
Mm-hmm. So basically, like I said, the monks like they harness like chi energy, and they could like light flames up, like straight up like Dragon Ball Z type fireballs. Even levitate on occasion. Are you familiar with Reiki at all, or the chakras?
The chakras, yes. Reiki, no.
So Reiki is like they like maneuver the energy and chi around you, like your etheric aura, and can literally transfer energy to like heal your chakras and like make you feel better. So yeah, it's like fucking Dende from Dragon Ball Z, just healing you. And again, this may work, it may not. I think if it works for you, it works for you. These are all subjective accounts. But I think to say the placebo effect, right?
I'm familiar.
So I think that could explain a lot of this stuff. I think it's that, but that doesn't make it any less real.
No, because the placebo effect's real.
Yeah. I think you can even say that the people spitting the bullshit also believe in the placebo effect.
I don't know. You get into capitalism then, and I don't trust
Maybe.
those fuckers.
Maybe. I guess.
I don't trust those
we'll never
bourgeoisie motherfuckers.
No. So what I'm basically getting at is there's a lot of freaky shit out there. We don't have all the answers. I suggest you look into, at least some of the stuff I mentioned to maybe get a better idea, especially during October, spooky month. You might learn a thing or two, might pop into a ghost.
Go on a ghost tour.
Yeah, go on a ghost tour.
I'll tell you that straight up. That's a great sound. I'll tell you that straight up. Go on a ghost tour. I have a personal friend of mine who is a historian for the local area. And he does not believe in ghosts at all. But he offers a ghost tour of colonial Yorktown. And you got to go on.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You get
come to Colonial Williamsburg. It's beautiful.
You get lesbian couples in Birkenstocks who just came to see what's freaky deaky.
I feel like that was a bit redundant, but okay.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
It's like there's nerds in glasses with braces.
Nerds in glasses with braces. We got them all here. No, you're right. But you got them there. You got everyone else, and you're doing your thing. And it's great because he spends most of the time telling you why it's all bullshit, but then tells you like, but maybe there's a ghost, huh? Who the fuck knows? And then it moves on. That's exactly how my ghost tours should be. It's like, this didn't happen, but what the fuck did? And I love that. So yeah, definitely go on a ghost tour. And I encourage anybody during the month of October. Embrace your spooky side.
Oh yeah.
Embrace the things that makes
Get
you
freaky,
a
baby.
little uncomfortable. The things that are a little uncanny.
Maybe make a pentagram and light 6 candles inside of it.
Maybe don't. You know what? You might.
I mean, what's the harm in it, right? Either you believe in it or you don't.
If you believe in it, you probably fucking don't want to
So
do
as
it.
as a non-believer, would you do it?
Um,
Pentagram with like a goat's head in it
for what purpose?
to actively summon Satan, basically.
Would I try to summon Satan?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Why the fuck would I?
So a little part of you kind of believes it, huh?
I don't have a reason to. No. Why am I doing it, Christian?
To-
You're not fucking getting it.
to
Why am I doing it?
To solidify if you think there's a chance that Satan himself might not come through that portal that you make. So I would say definitely make a portal to Satan's hellish dungeons this Halloween. At least sometime this October. Definitely.
Okay. I guess.
Make sure you get some local picked apples first, though. You don't want to go to hell without having one
Go
of
to
those.
Carter's Mountain.
Sure.
If you're anywhere within the Charlottesville area, which, I mean, come on. If you're 4 hours away from Charlottesville, you're no further than I am. I mean, I drive to Charlottesville just to get apples. Why don't
It's
you?
a good time.
Why don't you?
Right up in the mountains.
Have you actually been to Carter's Mountain?
Not during apple season.
You should be to Carter's Mountain during apple season.
I've had apples
You
from
gotta
there.
go up. You gotta get the hot apple cider with the hot, freshly baked apple cider donut. And then you do that. You chill with your significant other. Perhaps if you don't have that, you make some new friends. You go out into the field to get your apples. Bliss. That's it right there. That's bliss.
And then you can open a portal to hell.
And then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, do whatever the fuck you
Do
want.
whatever you
after
want. You get back to your car though first. Don't open a portal in the middle.
that. I mean, if you ain't a bitch, you'll open a portal to hell.
I'm trying to buy donuts, right? And you're just opening up portals. Come on, like get out of my fucking way.
If anyone opens up a portal, please let us know in the comments below how it went.
I got shit to do. Why you opening portals?
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season for portal opening.
And also, 'tis the season for Renaissance.
It really is. I'm glad we got to talk about
So this is our
this.
host spotlight. Dylan's going to tell you about the Ren Fair.
I am. So I just came back from the Renaissance Fair in Crownsville, Maryland. Okay, look, I haven't been to all of them in this side of the country. It's got to be one of the best.
Is it like a Woodstock for
Yeah, and I
medieval people?
Yes, and I can't imagine it being better. So you have like this person who has this property on their land. I guess they have time and money, and they're just an awesome lad. And so they built this like medieval town in the middle of their property. They hire a troupe of actors and stuff come play, and then vendors, and it's just one of the best Renaissance fairs ever.
Is everything authentic? As best it can be. Like, there's no like.
Define authentic.
Does anyone at the vendor thing have an iPad?
No.
Really? Cash
Well, I
only?
mean, I can't say that they don't have an iPad, but they don't take payment via iPad. If that's what you're asking.
You know, some places will just kind of like
Yeah.
have you
No, you can't.
swipe it on the thing.
Can't do that. It's not real.
Cool.
No, So Renaissance Fair for me is sort of a special place. So growing up, kind of like hella nerdy. Hella just liked history, liked old stuff, liked people who liked that kind of stuff. You know, the D&D crowd, the sweatpants wearers in the back of the FYE. You know, you see them back there.
The hentai buyers.
Oh yeah. You see them back there moving the Playboy bunny things, selecting the best hentai. I'm sure. You see them back there. It's those kind of people. But here's the thing about it. You have people from all walks of life who feel weird most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you get all these people together, right? All these really shy, really just like people who normally don't talk to other people. And then you turn them loose in a place that is small enough that they almost have to talk to other people. And that's where it gets really interesting. And that's where I love Renaissance Fair. Because Ren Fair, specifically in Crownsville, the one that I go to every single year, it isn't just a simple matter of like, oh yeah, let's go be nerdy. It's no. Let's go be nerdy. Let's go be weird. Let's go be me at a place where I don't have to worry about what anybody else is thinking about me, because the odds are definitely in my favor that the people that I think might be judging me are exactly the same as me. And that's the amazing thing about Renaissance Fair, is it's just a place where you can let your inhibitions go. Most of the people there, you got tourists who are just coming in because it's a thing to do.
Yeah,
you got
stop
that.
in.
But whatever.
I imagine not everybody is dressed up appropriately.
No. I mean, I wasn't dressed up. I've been 4 years in a fucking row, and I wasn't dressed up. You don't have to dress up. You just have.
I would have to immerse myself.
I do.
I would.
If you go to the joust with me, you immerse yourself, because that's where I get to be belligerently drunk and it's okay. So like,
that sounds like a good time.
I'll be for the most part pretty good all day, but then I'll go to the joust. I'll watch my favorite knight, Sir Keegan. I'm gonna go ahead and say the official knight of Sounds Obtuse Podcast. Do you have a better one?
I was gonna say the Black Knight.
Which one?
The Black Knight.
There was literally like 1,000.
The main one, the one everyone talks about. Wasn't the one from The Simpsons?
You're grasping so hard.
This gotta be a black. There's no real main Black Knight.
No.
Oh well, everything is lied to me.
There was a Black Prince.
You know, like how like Blackbeard was like a real pirate.
He was.
So I'm thinking there was like an actual Black Knight.
There wasn't.
For sure.
So we're gonna go and say the official knight of Sounds Obtuse Podcast is Sir Keegan.
For the time being.
For the time being, but there's no reason to change it. So there you go.
Put that down on the Wikipedia now.
Yeah, so that's where I get to be like belligerently drunk and just drink all the drinks and then just scream. A lot of the skill contests are based on crowd engagement. So if you're not cheering, your guy's not winning. Why are you sitting in this section if you're not going to make him win? Anyway, fantastic time. It's just a place where you can just kind of like, I don't know, like for me being someone who has become a lot more outgoing in previous years, but is still rather shy, it's the kind of place where the moment I step through the gate, I mean, honestly, the moment I walk into the parking lot, the weight's gone, right? I feel like, well, shit, this is home. Even the most distant stranger feels like a friend.
That's always a great feeling.
It is,
especially when you've never seen them before.
Yes. And I'm dead serious. Like, there's so many times that I'll just be sitting down, vaping in one of the smoking areas, and just talk to the guy next to me. And that sounds like a crazy thing now.
Especially now.
It used to not be a crazy thing. You used to just talk to people, but now it's like a thing. Like usually you would just get his friend request on Facebook first, have 6 months of messages on there, and then you might have a conversation in public.
See, I don't do Facebook, so it sounds extremely foreign to me.
Right. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
You don't. But you don't do any of that. You just talk to people next to you. The guy next to me smoking a pipe. How are you? Of course he wants to talk about. Of course he wants to talk about his pipe. That's okay. Talk about your pipe, brother. This is the fucking place to talk about your pipe. I'm sitting next to you vaping. I got nothing to say. Tell me about your pipe.
Man, I would have to.
Tell me about your pipe.
I would just have to, roll in there. I'd have to use obviously an old-timey pipe, but straight up fucking an old English accent, all that stuff.
So I do want to move a little bit more specifically into the things, I literally just came back from the Ren Fair a couple days ago. I kind of want to talk about some of the things I saw there specifically. Like I've talked about, it's the place where you can go and shed your inhibition, shed any feelings you have.
You're not the weirdo here.
You're not. There's a weirder one. I promise you, he works at the funnel cake stall. I promise you. He's there. Go see him. He's there.
Yeah,
and you can just go see him.
They're
and
borderline
be like,
carnies.
well, I'm great. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fantastic, and I've got my life together. You can go see him, and you'll feel these things. I digress, though. I saw some really cool stuff. I did, in fact, get to meet Sir Keegan, the official knight of Sounds Obtuse Podcast. So saith me.
Yeah, we'll have to get a brand deal and put him on one of our T-shirts.
For sure. I did get to meet him a couple of times. Got to take a selfie. Got to talk to him. He told me that he loved me after I drunkenly yelled that I loved him during a joust. So maybe distracting him, but in a good way. I don't know. So that did happen. I do want to really quickly, before we wrap up, I know we're getting short on time. I do want to plug a band.
Go for it.
It's so rare that I actually get to plug a band that exists today, so I'm gonna fucking do it. I saw an incredible band at Ren Fair called Valkyric. So that is like Valkyrie, but with IK on the end. Valkyric. You can all figure it out.
Not the coffee machine.
Check them out. No, not at all. Check them out on YouTube. Fantastic. God damn it. You can see where mushroom culture developed from the Vikings in this sort of music. It's this Scandinavian fucking music. Got drums. You got these beautiful women dressed as Valkyries and just these amazing outfits and just banging on drums and singing in these amazing voices. It's beautiful. I love it.
It's pretty dope stuff.
It is. I think you did get to sample some of it on the car ride over here. It's pretty dope stuff, as you say. Valkyric. Check them out. Fantastic.
Do you want to spell that? I don't know if you did or not.
Okay, let's give it a shot. It was.
I don't want to put you on the spot and challenge you.
You are putting me on the spot, but I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna fucking do it right now.
Christian. I'm just thinking as a viewer, if I were to Google that, I would not know where to start.
You know what? I think you're right.
If they have like a website, maybe you want to really hammer that home.
So here it is. It's gonna be. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, got my pen in hand.
Valkyrik. Valkyric. Sam Nolte and Tegan Elliott. They are fantastic. They are amazing musicians. They are amazing vocalists. They do it all. Yeah, check it out. Valkyric. If you need music to make you just want to fucking run through the woods, it's perfect. I don't know why you would need that, but be honest with yourself. If you plan on
committing a crime,
be honest with yourself that you don't need that music. You do. You do need to run through the woods, even if you don't.
If you plan on getting caught in a sticker bush, listen to this music.
You know, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so that was one of the highlights of my trip. I love that one. I did get hella drunk. One of my favorite bar wenches. I say that lovingly, as
as you do. Man, I'm calling them broads, and you're over here calling them wenches.
I mean, okay, listen. If you serve drink at a Ren Fair, you are subject to being called a bar wench, male or female. I will absolutely call the most burly fucking men bar wenches. They dig that shit, by the way. They don't. It's also a lie. I'm lying to you. One of my favorite bar wenches hooked me up with some fucking mead. I know you're a fan of the mead.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the mead.
I had a coconut coconut raspberry?
You did say coconut raspberry.
Coconut raspberry mead from this place in it came from Baltimore or Maryland. Yeah, Baltimore, Maryland.
I don't know what's happening with like mead in Maryland, but they've got a thing going on and they're fucking like in it right now. I'm digging it. I love the mead coming out of Maryland. It's very good times. I'm also going back to the Ren Fair in a couple weeks. I will be happy to report more of what I see then.
And if anyone's there, they can meet meet our co-host here.
Please. Oh my God. It'd be amazing. If somebody recognized me, I'd honestly have a lot of questions. Like, for starters, how the fuck do you know what I look like?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That'd be a great question.
You're like, I know it's you. I know the voice. I think he'd recognize you by voice.
Maybe.
We'll get to that point.
Maybe.
For
They
sure.
might recognize me by beard. They haven't seen it. Like, no one's really seen it.
No, it's just
But
a mystery.
I feel like you hear it.
Next episode of Sounds Obtuse, face reveal.
I mean, is it? Oh, God, I'm not ready for that.
No, it'll be an audio podcast only, so.
Face reveal audio. We have to describe each other's faces.
Yeah, stay tuned for that.
In. Stay tuned. That'll be a nice little ending section.
Did you have a topic that you wanted to tease for the next Sounds Obtuse podcast?
Is it going to be me?
So we're supposed to have a guest. So hopefully,
if there's a guest.
If there's
we'll
a
have
guest.
If there's not a guest, we're going to talk about patriotism.
Sure.
Patriotism.
Patriotism.
You got it.
That is the ism of patriots.
It is.
So look forward to that on the next Sounds Obtuse podcast.
I look forward to seeing you guys there.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yeah, I'm getting some yellows. Whoa!